All right, y'all. Most dope. Next episode, we got Ill Flow here joining us again.
Yo.
Thanks for coming out, my brother.
No doubt.
We got Queen Bee over here.
Hello.
Marion.
Hello.
Marion. You can't say Marion, and you can't even call her Marion. I have to call her Babe. You start calling people by name, and that's like a.
I hear you.
It's like when your mom gets you in trouble and she includes your middle name. Gordon Lee Baldridge.
Call you the whole thing?
Yeah, your whole government ID, man.
First, middle, and last.
It's because it's about to be on your death certificate.
That's real.
He knows not to call me Marion.
Oh, she hates
I hate it.
It's like you're in trouble when you know we're fighting or something. Like Marion, and then automatically either the confusion of the hurt or the anger starts coming out. Like, how dare you? All right, so I think we're on episode 4, season 1, episode 4.
That's right.
Made some adjustments to the Roadcaster, all the different educational settings that I had to go in and change, like gate and attack and
try to get them levels right.
Yeah. And then I got the magic mastering, so when I do upload it adds an extra layer. They call it an Instagram filter for audio,
Okay.
and that's what this Buzzsprout additional layer does. Is it cleans it up. It's supposed to make everything good. We'll find out when we upload this thing tonight.
That's right.
All right, we got a sensitive topic today for a lot of people, I suppose. Or a lot of insecure little
people,
questionable energy people. Why are DJs such insecure divas? So have we ever wondered why DJs have a reputation for being insecure divas? I definitely have. I mean, I've only been in the game for a year and a half, and I already have. I'm like, hey, what's your problem, dude?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if I'm a threat to you at a year and a half in, I don't think I'm the problem, man. You might have to get a little better.
Yeah.
You might have to get up your game or something. I don't, and I'm not ill flow. I'm not Dose. I'm not fucking OG Redeem. I'm not any of these people, right?
No.
I'm coming up under all of these people. So, I don't get it. We'll dive into it, though. So what fuels insecurities with DJs? What do you think?
Not being in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go I think it's the equivalent to, it's a lot of things, man, but one of them would be not being in the gym. Like, if you ain't in the gym, you know what I mean? And then you go pull up to the pool party, you're going to be insecure about taking your shirt off.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
you know what I mean?
You haven't been minding your P's and Q's, your diet, putting in work, watching everything. Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to be a little... You know, and then when you see someone else take their shirt off, then you might be a little jealous. You know what I mean? There's that. You know, and then there's people that are actually working and relying on this bread to survive.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I've been thinking about that a lot, and I was like, okay, we're not all the same. I don't know Ill Flow's shoes. I don't know Ill Flow's life. People don't know my shoes, my life. I don't know Johnny and Marcy's, Lionel's, Robert's, anybody else's. I have no idea.
Absolutely.
So a lot of the times, I see these posts by, several people. I won't call anybody out by name, but I see these posts about, we all got to stick together. We got to all charge the same. We got to do all of this thing. And it's like, well, you know what? For me, and I'll let everybody into my life. For me, I do this because I enjoy it. Right. It's a hobby. It's a passion. It's a love for music. I don't do it as my sole income. Right. It's not my sole income. So I can't expect the next guy to do what I do. I can't expect the next guy to charge $2,500 for a wedding. If he charges $1,200, hey, I don't know what bills that dude has. Right. He's trying to support his family. I have no idea. That's none of my business. And the other thing is you see these posts and people will be like, again, complaining about other people, quote unquote, undercutting or taking too low, or, I don't know what the average is, like $250, $350 for a club night or something. I don't know what people are charging right now. Right. That's another thing. I don't ask. I don't care how much you make, my guy. I don't care. If you make $500 for a night, hey, I'm with you, man.
Right.
If you make $200 for a night, I'm also with you. whatever you have to do to take care of yourself and your family and everything else, you know.
Right.
And then if you're worried about the $200 DJ, quote unquote, taking your gig, then at some point I feel like we have to look ourselves in the mirror and ask ourselves, okay, what exactly has gone into this decision, right? Is the club just cheap as hell, right? Trying to save money, not trying to commit to the quote unquote better DJ or whatever it may be. A lot of factors go in. And
absolutely, there's a lot of factors that go in. You know, I base my pricing off supply and demand. You know, if I'm in demand and I got 2 months booked out, my price might change a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah, because I'm 2 months booked out, and you know, people are still banging my line, so I could probably charge a little more.
Yeah.
I try not to burn myself out when it comes to the gigs. You don't want to be out there every weekend. I don't want to be out there every weekend. No. And I don't want to take every gig either. Not every gig ain't for me.
No.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things that go into it. I'm not solely basing my income off of just the DJing. So I don't rely on it so I can turn gigs away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't want to do quinceañeras every weekend. Yeah. And I especially don't want to do the lowballing ones that want to keep me there 8 hours. I don't even like going over 4 hours, to be honest.
It's tiring, man.
Yeah. I don't really...
And
not for just me. I would rather take no money and jam out with like 4 homies and us just play music that we like.
And have fun and knock it out.
Bingo.
I feel like when you get to 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, and this is just me personally, and I have a pretty good music library, but I feel like I start running out of music, man. Like I'm running out of ideas. Like I don't got enough for this particular crowd. Like 5 hours in, am I gonna play a song for a second time? Like,
it'll definitely happen.
Yeah.
As time goes on, and like, as long as you keep your library, you know what I mean, growing, it keeps growing and growing. You'll be like, 5 hours is nothing. You run through 5 hours.
Yeah,
you can go anywhere, and you start surprising yourself whenever you get to that point. Because you're like, oh, dang, I just ran through that whole thing, no problem.
And you're digging deep.
And it's just because the time has passed by where you have, you know, because it's like writing a song. Each folder that you put together, like if it's a certain type, that's a song. Like you writ that song, you put like 20 songs in there. You know that this is a certain pocket. And then bam, you store that thing and then now it's there forever.
Yeah.
And like you keep storing them and you keep DJing every weekend. It's like compound interest. So when you step out, you go any pocket, you know what I mean? And people are like, "Who is this guy?"
Yeah.
Because you know you're seasoned and you know you spend some time on it and your library has grown, and that's when it's like it's like you become to this mature stage, you know, where you can go into any pocket and rock any crowd, and it's fun.
Yeah,
it gets super fun when you get to that.
Yeah, open format, true open format.
For sure. Yeah. Being able to jump from like Latin and then go into rock and then jump back to reggaeton and they want some country or they want some funk and you're up to date and you're current on all the classics and the new stuff.
Hitting some disco, bro. Hitting some oldies, hitting that. Yeah, just
If you could jump around like that, man, and just keep a party cracking, bro, like you're golden.
You know, and I was watching, I think it was one of the road podcasts, man. I was watching it and they were talking about hating to do weddings, man. Like weddings are the most difficult thing because you have all the age ranges, right? From 5 years old to 80 years old, 90 years old. You have all the different possible music genres that they went through, you know, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, everything else. And it's very, very difficult to keep everyone's attention or keep everyone entertained, which comes into the whole open format thing and bouncing between country, salsa, rock, merengue,
pop music,
hip hop, rap, and just keeping that all over the place to try to keep everybody
happy.
Yeah.
You know, in the beginning when it comes to doing weddings, bro, like I remember I felt the same way. I was frustrated. Like it can be like anything, bro. When you start something, you're not gonna be as good.
Yeah.
You know, you might have been a good DJ, but you didn't have that many weddings under your belt. So you're not familiar with the process, and it could become nerve-wracking because, wedding's going to have 200 people off the rip, like guaranteed in there. So everybody's staring at you and you're the center of attention, and it's an important day. It's important.
That's
for
a
sure.
big day to screw up on somebody, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, when you first starting off and you're doing weddings, or let's say you've been DJing for a while and then you go start doing DJing, you start DJing weddings, you're not gonna be good in the beginning. It's nerve wracking. I remember not wanting to do them ever again. Yeah, never again. I had a bridezilla, the worst, and it was just like, man, I'm never doing any weddings again. But now, with the technology and all these apps and all these platforms and all these DSPs and like these playlists, and man, it is so easy, man. Yeah. Like I could do a wedding, man. It's so easy. And they pretty much, if you do a proper consultation with your clients, they're going to give you everything you need. Yeah. They're going to give you everything you need. And if you do proper preparation, you're going to be prepared, and you're going to see what type of music that they like. And you be like, oh, I know exactly what pocket they're in. Like,
I know where to go.
They like this, then they going to like this,
yep.
And you just slide in. And then when you go pull up, you realize it's cake.
Yeah.
Like once you're prepared and you got your confidence up, there's nothing they could tell you. It's like that. Again, you've been in the gym. You're coming to take your shirt off. It's not a problem.
I'm ready.
My beer belly gut is gone, and the six pack is flexing. Y'all gonna wait. Just wait. Wait till I take my shirt off. Y'all gonna love it. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. It's just being prepared and being on your stuff.
What's that? You have this saying, and I think you've said it every podcast that we've had, and I don't even know if you've noticed that you've said it, but it's it's always some inspirational shit. Practice makes what?
Progress.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
You're never gonna be perfect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No one's perfect.
Yep.
Whether you as a human being or personality, but this practice, when it comes to life, there's a lot of stuff that we can't control. Life throws stuff at us, whatever cards you were dealt, and there's things you can't control. But if there is something you can control, to make yourself better, or whether when it comes to your craft, it's up to you to really want to do that. And so with my craft, I decided to practice because that's one thing that I can control.
You can control that.
And it's a form of self-discipline.
Yeah.
So like, people be like, you ain't gonna be cutting it up. Like, why do I need to learn how to cut it up? Or why do I gotta learn how to juggle and this and this and that? I'm never gonna use that. I rock parties. I do these big shows and this and this and that. I don't need. Yeah, and they're right. Even me, man, I do hella big shows, and and sometimes I'm not cutting it up, but it's the sprinkles on top of the sundae. It's the syrup on top of the cake. It's the extra topping. Yeah. It's the spice on top of it, and on top of that, it's self-discipline. If you can commit to being better, and it's a challenge. How far can you go?
Yeah.
Only or only you can push it. And whether if you believe you can or you can't, you're right.
You are right. Yeah.
Yeah, you're
right.
You
have decided it already.
You have decided already, and you're going to go along that path. Yep. So it's up to you on what you want to do.
See, I like to pride myself in trying to do everything, man. Trying to learn all of it. Trying to do all of it. I started out with a Rev 1, right? Controller. Why the fuck did I need to go to turntables and everything else? Because I want to learn all the way back. I want to go all the way back through the history. I don't want to just get on a controller and then move forward. I want a foundation. I want that base foundation. I want to be able to, like you said, I want to be able to go in any setup, turntables, 1200, CDJs, controller, whatever. I want to be able to go to anything and get on it and go. I don't want that to be a limiting factor, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't want to pigeonhole myself in anything like I only do clubs. I only do weddings.
I hear you.
I only do parties, because then you're limiting your business as well, right? I'm the white boy and I'm doing, quinces and a whole lot of Latin and Spanish and Hispanic parties. I have no business doing, other than the fact that I put myself out there. I study the music. I prepare. Like you said, the things that you can control, I control.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it right there.
What What do you think about the competition, man, between DJs? The competition, like for instance, you did the Miche battle recently, right? And you won it. You're proud of it, right?
Oh yeah.
And you went up against some other people. Now, if we lost, yeah, we might feel a certain way, right? If
Absolutely.
we win, we feel a certain way. And is there a certain level of animosity? Is there a certain level of anything else? And I won't say by you necessarily, man, because I feel like you're just overall just a chill, good, you know, like I won, I lost. Yeah, I'm gonna go back into the, you know, the warehouse and
Work it out,
figure it out, come back, try again, right? I ain't got nothing against XYZ that beat me, right? But that's not universal. That's not for everybody. Some people start disliking somebody because they're that good, right?
Yeah, man. I've lost a bunch of times already. You know what I mean? And it just comes with it once you understand, like, if you're talking about, when you say competition, like if you're talking about battles, yeah, you're gonna lose. But if you're talking about competition as far as like just DJs trying to compete with gigs, that's another thing. And then you got competitions with, like, you know what I'm saying, when DJ homies come together, like whenever we do whenever we have like little jam sessions, like you'll see, like every holiday we have, like when the holidays come around, like we'll throw jam sessions and everybody's in there, like, and everybody's waiting for their turn, and whenever they come on, it's not a competition, but everybody's like, okay, cool. You know, I remember one year it was Dos Muchos party, and we had every DJ up in there. Every DJ from Bakersfield was up in there. And Ace, we couldn't get nobody. It was a full ass crowd up in there. And it was like, you know, supposed to be some funk and some old school type vibes. But Ace was the one that Ace cracked him. He got him on the floor.
Yeah.
All of us was going hard in there. Like, we were all in there. And he played La Chona, and it was a rap.
Oh,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, know your audience.
Man,
Yeah.
and sometimes it just be like that, man. Like, so when it comes to like DJs, yeah, man, like you just got, you know, like when it comes to the competition, like everybody's a gladiator warrior, you know, and we all sharp, you know, you keep each other sharp. Yeah, and yeah, there's some emotions that fly around for sure, because you know, everybody's got some type of passion for this. You know, if you're in this, there's some type of passion. You went and spent that $2 on that freaking laptop.
Yeah.
Nobody, that's just the start.
Yeah. Oh, that's
You know, that's just the start. You know what I mean? That's just, and now we're collecting music, we're collecting equipment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And now you got to go outside and perform in front of people.
Yeah.
And with your peers. I remember when I first started, man. Like, DJ Myth was one of the, he still is one of the guys that was out there running around doing hella gigs, super nice on the turntables, and he just so happened to be one of my homies. And I was starting up, and I was nervous DJing around him in front of him, because these guys are so good. And you're just like, God damn, you're confident about your current ability, and that's why I like about the Be Junkie Institute of Sound, is that when you go out there, that's the first thing that they crush is like, hey, everybody in here is in a different path in their journey. Do not let somebody who's further ahead in their path, distract you from where you're at.
Yeah.
And we're all going to help each other. And so there's different levels of skill sets, and we're all under there trying to sharpen our skills, and we just sharpen each other up. It's not there to like let nobody down, or it's not there to like, we're not there to like burn, like show off and burn the next DJs. Nah, we're working on routines, and this, it might be a little small baby scratch, and some DJ might be like crazy with the scratch, but nah, we're doing small baby scratches today.
Yep.
We're not going crazy, and that's what I love about being out there, bro, is that it doesn't matter what, skill set level you're at. Everybody comes together, and we train together.
Yeah. Yeah. What kind of pressure do you feel, man? What kind of pressure do you feel? So when you're at, you're at a high profile event, high profile venue, what's the pressure, man?
Living up to your moment on the stage, for sure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, as your status grows, and then you get to, or like somebody like gets big eyes when they see you and you've killed it, and they go to book you again, and you're like, fuck, I hope I can recreate that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's pressure. That is a lot of pressure. Or you being somewhere that everybody knows you're a good DJ or you're a dope DJ, right? And this ain't I prefer to go rock a crowd that nobody knows me, and I just surprise everybody because they be like, yo, this guy's dope. They're excited.
You're fresh. You're new. You're new blood. You're fresh.
But then when you step up into that room and everybody knows who you are, and then you go to jump on and they pull them phones out. Yeah. Oh, that's pressure, bro. That is pressure.
You don't want no shoes in the dryer, man.
Not only that, like, what if you didn't prepare a set and you were just at the homie's house on the whim?
Free flowing,
freestyle. Just, you know, you got to come with it. You know what I'm saying?
So we have, in sports, they call it being on fire, right? They find they're just, they can't miss, right? Kobe hitting, 80 points or whatever, Do you ever feel like you get to that zone, if you will, to where everything just gets shut out? You don't hear anything. You don't really see anything. You're just in this zone and you're just rocking, just flowing, just.
Hell yeah. For sure. It happens a lot.
Does it?
For sure. It happens a lot. And, and even when you think you're not sure if you are, because there'll be times where you be locked in and maybe you might not have a big crowd, or maybe you might be, a little far away from the crowd,
to
where you can't feel the energy. So you're just like, I just got to go.
Yeah.
And then they'll show you, they'll jump out of their skin, and you just like, oh, I got them. And then you just can't, just keep it going.
Yeah, I don't know that I'm super there yet, man, but yeah, we've all had moments. At all the events that we've done, we've had moments where you hear the scream, right? Like, oh shit, that's my, and
that's my song.
People start jumping, people start picking people up, throwing people in the air, and shit starts getting real wild, man.
Crazy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a beautiful feeling. It's a beautiful feeling. Like,
it's almost addictive because once you get it, you're forever chasing it.
You're chasing that.
Yeah.
What is it called? Chasing the dragon?
Yeah.
Chasing the dragon, man. I ride motorcycles too, right? So it's called hitting the apex.
Okay.
Right? And it's that sweet corner. It's that sweet spot that you come in and you just hit it at the perfect angle to where you hit that apex and you start rolling into the throttle and the bike just perfectly goes on track where it's supposed. It's like you're on rails, man, and hitting the apex.
Yeah.
Is that when those cross rockets, like where they're like leaning and they're like damn near, like their knees are hitting damn near? Okay, I got you.
I love it, man. I love it. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll never get rid of my crotch rocket. It's locked up.
I thought you were pointing to it like.
It used to be in the room. We used to keep it in the room, man. But I moved it off. I'll never get rid of it. I love it. It's the most uncomfortable fucking thing in the world, though. Your body will hurt. Your back, your hips, your knees.
Got you. So it's not made for riding back and forth to LA.
No, don't do it. Don't do it, man. No. So eventually we're gonna get a cruiser so we can just get on the motorbike sofa, if you will, and just head out somewhere, right?
That's right.
I would love to just go over to Eagle Mountain, right? But an hour drive on that thing.
How long is a drive until it gets uncomfortable?
Like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm good with it. I'll tell you what, man. Driving from here to the coast, that's a 2 hour, 2.5 hour, 2:15, 1:45, depending on how fucking fast you're flying. Motorcycles, we got to stop in New Cuyama or whatever. We got to get gas, right? You're going to get like a 4-gallon tank on the fucking bike. You fill up here in Bakersfield, you take off. Cuyama is like the halfway point. Put gas in, and then get out to Napomo or Central Coast, right? You're familiar with the coast.
Shout out my boy Chumpy. He be riding his bike back and forth. I know that fool riding his bike back and forth from the Central Coast to Bakersfield.
Really?
That fool loves riding his bike.
Oh man, it hurts, man. It hurts. And I don't know. I'm 44 now. I don't know if it's just my body, but my uncles have all told me the same thing. He said, you're going to have to get rid of that thing eventually, Your back is going to just hate you, right? Your body's going to hate you. But I can't get rid of it, man, because cruisers, they don't do what you said, man. They don't lean over towards the goddamn ground, man, and basically rub elbows and knees with the ground, the asphalt. Cruisers, they just, mosey around, right?
Right.
But I like that apex. I like hitting that apex. I like entering the corner, and I like exiting the corner. And when it's just flawless and you roll off the throttle and back onto the throttle, it's just beautiful, man. When you don't have to sit there and readjust the throttle and you're kind of herky-jerky going around the corner.
You like the thrill?
Yeah.
Nice.
I've almost died on one, man. That's the big left helmet up there. I keep that thing up there as a reminder.
I see the scrapes on that thing.
Whoo! That was 166, man. That was right off of the 101.
Oh, you're a speed demon, huh?
Nah, man. That was about 11 o'clock at night. A group of riders, mix of riders, man. Harleys, regular motorcycles.
Oh, you talking about the 166 freeway?
Yeah.
Got you.
Oh, but I have been up there, man.
I was going to say, like, yo, 166, yo. Crazy.
Well, these bikes, man, they're crazy, man. They weigh 300 pounds and they have 200 horsepower, right? The horsepower to weight ratio is insane. And sometimes it's the bike, but most of the times it's other drivers, man. Sometimes it's the new rider, it's the kid with all kinds of testosterone and shit and messing around doing shit you're not supposed to do. And then most of the time it's just other people distracted on their phone. Yeah. So, the competitive nature, the pressure to deliver, validation of skills, right? I think a lot of DJs want their skills validated by their peers, possibly, other DJs, of course, the regular average listener, they don't know what they're listening to necessarily, man. They don't know the intricacies, the blends, the counting, everything else. Like, the social media post that goes around, DJing is like playing Tetris on level 9 for 4 hours, right? The shit's coming at you fast. You gotta think ahead of time. You gotta be 4 steps ahead, 5 steps ahead, whatever it may be. But the validation of skills, man, how important is that to, I guess, some DJs, man?
Shit. That shit's important. I think it's important to anybody and everybody. You know what I mean? I think no matter what it is you do, like, we can say that I don't need nobody, to validate me, but in reality, we're human beings, and we all want love.
We want some love, man.
Yeah, we all want love, man. Everybody wants some love.
It was funny, man. You had me and Dose go over to Jerry's, right?
Uh-huh.
So that one night, we went over there 2 Tuesdays ago or whatever. We went over there.
Taco Tuesday.
Went to Jerry's, man, and I've never played in front of you, and I've never played in front of Dose. I don't really play in front of y'all, man, because like you said, playing in front of other people kind of intimidating, man, especially when you're on the lower end. I don't got the chirps, and I don't got the transformers, and I don't got all this other, all the toolbox that you guys have yet. I can blend, I can transition, I can make it sweet, I can make it smooth.
You can party rock.
Yeah. So I'm over there and I get on him finally, and I've never been on his reins or anything.
Oh,
man.
yeah, you're on the 12s.
So I'm looking at him, man. I'm having to make sure that I know where everything's at. Pretty much a mixer is a mixer, man, but with little differences, right? Little layout differences, pad differences, whatever he has mapped differences, all kinds of shit. So I get on, man, and Dose seems a little surprised, man. He's like, hey, man. What do you call me? Light skin? He said, I got a new name for you, man. You DJ Light Skin.
He
man.
did tell me that shit. Yeah. Because he's not a white boy. He's light skin.
Yeah. DJ Light Skin, man. Yeah. He hit me up a couple of times throughout the night, and it was all love, man. And I needed it. I needed it.
Yeah.
I don't.
He told me the same thing.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, homie know what he doing, bro. That's what he told me. He was like, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Anytime we need him, he good. Yeah. Like, I was like, word, that's what's up. Yeah, because I ain't heard you play either. So, yeah.
I'll jump on one night and, we'll all switch through and mess around, man. Subjective feedback, man. DJing success in a DJing world can be subjective. Right?
Absolutely.
Like it's to
the eye of the beholder.
Audience reception, right? It can fluctuate. Doubts, it leaves doubts, man. You have doubts. So for me, going into a club not to be mentioned, whatever it may be, I may have 3 people there, man. And it used to bug me out a little bit. and it still does to a certain extent, man. Like, yeah, I want 50 people, I want 100 people, I want 300 people, I want to play, and I want to make people's nights, make people have fun. I don't have the name behind me like Myth, like Nocturnal, like Ill Flow, like Dose, like, you know, all of these other DJs in Bakersfield, Noe, everybody, Danny, all of these guys, man. I don't have the name behind me. I don't work in radio. I haven't worked in radio. I haven't done any of that. And I'm a year and a half, 2 years in, man. And I'm, you know, and this is called paying your dues kind of thing, right?
Right.
But who are we paying dues to? Right?
Absolutely. I hear you.
Yeah.
I think it's just a matter of just keep, you know, because it's a, you know, if you were to like promote yourself and put ads out there, I'm sure you would get some leads, and then you would be rocking in front of crowds.
Sure.
But then, like, you know, like, let's say that you're on the rise, right? And you start rising, and you start getting, you know, to certain clubs, or you get to LA, and then you're like, I want to get to the big club, and you get there, and you're like, man, this shit ain't shit. You know, I'm behind this booth. I wanted to be in this booth this whole time. I get back here, raggedy ass mixer. You know what I mean? It's like, this shit ain't shit. Like,
tape on it.
They're trying to tax me for drinks. Didn't even offer me water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The pay shit. You know what I mean? And you get there and you're just like, God damn, man. Like, I wanted to get here this whole time, and now that I'm here, it's like, this ain't nothing. So it's never what you think it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's for one thing. It's never what you think it is. And then, you know, if you want to, you know, jump in front of more crowds, then you know, target them, target the crowds, and then figure out how to get in,
market it,
how to get in.
Yeah.
Because, you know, or throw your own party and create your own crowd.
Yeah.
If the spot is not like, you know, if these people are paying you and, like, you know, and they're not doing you justice by doing promotion, because a lot of venues, man, they're looking for a DJ who can do a bunch of stuff for free, and the free stuff is the flyers and the promotion. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's this unsaid line that no one talks about, you know, and you'll know it when they tell you, hey, when you are booked at a venue, and you're like, all right, cool, and you just don't do a flyer, and they'll be like, hey, can you do a flyer? And then you'll be like, well, I charge $100 per flyer, and then I charge for posting too. So, you know, if you pay me extra $200, I'll make sure that this flyer gets into all the major groups with the big people in there. I'll make sure I get some people to repost it. You know, get your bartenders involved and get them to repost it. Yeah. You know, and then I will market it. Hey, you know what? I might even use a small portion of the budget that you're giving me to pay for some boosting ads, since you're not boosting it, you know. And these things right here are, you know, are things that we don't speak about when it comes to negotiations. And when you're in negotiations, it's a war, because what's good for you is not good for me, and what's good for me is not good for you. So until we come to an agreement and we have mutual business and we're getting bread together, then this is negotiation. You know. And sometimes these venues don't lock in with you. They don't lock in with you because they want to be free. They want to be able to free landscape and book whoever they want. You know, if you're not working out. And I get it, it's business, you know, we're all trying to get to the business. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. So a person like you, if you like, man, I don't want to be rocking no empty clubs, and don't rock the empty club, bro. Go find the club that is cracking, or go find a bar who has potential and they're just opening up and they need help. You know what I mean? And they're more receptive to ideas, and they're willing to invest in the night. You know what I mean? Because a lot of times it takes a plan of action. First you got to make a plan of action. Correct. How are you going to go about it? You know, like, how are we going to promote this? And then you got to find out who your demographic is. You got to dial in. Who we targeting? Are we targeting 40 and up? Are we targeting the OGs, like, you know, 50 and up? Or are we trying to get the youngsters? You know, or are we selling, you know, what are we selling? Are we selling, you know, are we selling bottles? Are we just a bar and we selling entertainment? Are we selling a good time? If we're selling a good time, let's figure out a way to, you know, how many tables do we got? We got 10. Let's fill each 5 per table. All right, it's a number.
Yeah.
Let's go for these numbers. You know what I mean? Let's dial in and let's put some work in. Are you going to put the flyers up on the streets along with the post? Are you going to holler at other DJs to come be guests and have them repost the flyer?
Yep.
It's a whole, you know, that's one thing that I think that Bakersfield lacks these days is a promoter. There's no promoter out there.
Yeah.
What promoter do you know that is known? A known promoter. The only one I recently came across, is because I won that battle, is the Michi events.
All right.
He has become a promoter, and he's throwing promoting shows every week, and they're big shows, and they're filled with people. He's got a following. He understands his niche.
Yeah.
So he's targeting that niche, and he's understanding what type of venues he wants. So he's hopping to the venues that he's like, and bam, they're rocking with him because he's bringing a whole crowd.
Yep.
He's the only promoter. What promoter do you know, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know no promoter out
No
here.
promoters,
that's
man.
throwing shows. Well, maybe 1 or 2, but
You know, I know a bunch of promoters, and they're named DJs here in this town.
The first name is DJ.
Yeah, DJ promoter. First name DJ, last name promoter.
Yeah, so you know, I think what's missing is promotion, and when it comes into promotion, it comes to advertising and marketing, and when it comes to, you know, nowadays people are just posting. You know what I mean? No one's advertising. No one's actually paying for ads online, paying online radio ads, paying for TV ads, paying for posters to put up. You know what I mean? It's a whole process.
Yeah.
It's work.
So, and I'm sure you've been there. We talk all the time, my guy. You can't make other people care more than you do. How do you feel about that statement? You can't make a club or a venue care more about their event or their whatever it may be than you do. You can't make them care more.
No, I don't think you can. I mean, shoot, you will be able to identify how much they care by just checking out their online stuff. You know what I mean? You could tell by, you know, how they move.
Yeah.
You know, before you even get there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You could tell. You could tell, and the ones that do care, it's gonna be harder to get in.
Of course.
Yeah.
They've got it figured out. They've invested, and they're very particular about their demographic, about what they've built, about what they've set up, and hey, hip hop Saturday, Latin Friday, and getting that out there. Mm-hmm. But when you have when you combine, I'm gonna put this out there, when you combine somebody not caring as much as you with a possible identity crisis, who are we? What are we offering? What are we doing? What are we about? And consistency in that. So people not caring more than you do. You can't make somebody care more than you do. If there's an identity crisis, hey, who are we? What are we doing? What are we offering? Who's our demographic? Everything else. And you combine those, man, it seems messy. It seems set up for failure.
I hear you. Yeah, man, you just got to be on your stuff. Yeah, you can't speak. You know, each venue is different, man. You know, everybody got their venue. Like every venue got their thing. You know what I mean? I got this one lady downtown on Baker, and she, you know, she has a smaller venue. And it doesn't cost that much, but to rent it out, but she stays consistent. She stay consistent, and she doesn't feel like throwing parties, and she doesn't want to open the doors up for regular patrons.
Anybody riffraff.
Yeah, just like, you know, like a bar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like she would rather just, you know, have somebody book out her venue. And she's probably in a situation financially where she don't have to like throw parties, and she's not chasing the bag. You know, there's people that are trying to survive and do business and do well, and then there's people who have invested and they're doing this shit for their passion. You know what I mean? And they're going to continue to grow and build it because they love it and they care for it. You know what I mean? And it's not just another asset in their portfolio. You know, they're actually going to just go ahead and like come up with something, and they're going to keep fine tuning the approach until it works. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's what it takes, man. It takes passion, love, and caring. Like you said, I care. You know, and when you fine tune your approach and you figure it out, then you got something and you hold dear to it, and then you try to block anybody from messing that up.
Yeah. So our Havana night, man, has been, I won't say wildly successful. It's been successful. It's been great, man.
That's dope, bro.
200 people.
Congrats.
A pop. We're shooting for 3, shooting for 4. And quite frankly, I'd like to sell the joint out, man. I would like to hit capacity. I would like to be able to turn people away. Like, hey, we're full, man.
A line outside.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to get it to get in.
Yeah. First come, first serve. Line outside. You know, that's a whole big thing.
Selling tables.
Yeah. And we're doing everything, man. We've grown consistently over the last 3 Havana night events. This next one, man, we're bringing in more talent. We're putting more technology in. We're man, we got all kinds of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah.
We're gonna have photographers, videographers.
That's another thing.
Investment.
Like, that's another thing that I don't, I don't see very many that I would do if I owned a venue. Like, I would definitely have, like, how I have security guards and DJs and bartenders every night. Like, for sure, I'm booking a videographer and a photographer for at least 1 hour to come through and capture some reels and use those reels
for the social media marketing going forward.
Because, this whole social media thing is an algorithm, and if you're not posting 3 times a day, no one's going to see your posts. Yeah. So you're just wasting your own time and breath and money if you're paying for the flyer, because you ain't going to get nowhere. Yeah. You got to post 3 times a day in order for them to open that algorithm up, because they want content creators who are creating content that is entertaining, because we don't want you on YouTube. We want you on our platform. So if you're creating cool content that keeps people on our platform, then I'm going to open up your profile a little bit more so more people can see your content, because you're keeping people here and you ain't sending them to YouTube. Yeah, they're engaged here. Yeah, and that's our job, is to keep people here. Yeah. Don't post no YouTube link. You post that YouTube link, I'm burying it. You ain't gonna get no likes.
Do not redirect away from us.
No, this is real business. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to see some traction online and get people to your business that's actually out there, you got to post more.
So we're major investing, man. The first 3,
you should just open up your own bar.
I would love to.
Figure out what it takes to get that liquor license, because that's the only thing that really stopping any of us DJs is that liquor license. Yeah. And it's a lottery. It's expensive. You got your credit right, and if you don't hit the lottery, you're gonna pay a premium price. So from somebody who owns it. But that's the ultimate goal. Like, what will happen is that these DJs get smart. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? They end up opening. They realize that all they need is 4 walls,
and we can cut out middlemen. We can cut out 2 and 3 middlemen.
Bingo. Yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Yep. Yeah, we're doing everything we can with that thing, man. Like I said, I wouldn't say we've lost money during the first 3, but we had no cover. It was free. Everything was completely free, and the amount that we put in might have been mitigated by what we were getting paid. Right, we were breaking even. So now but that's vision for me, right?
I feel like long term.
That's long term. Yeah. That's not me trying to grab the bag right now.
Exactly.
That's me seeing the bigger picture, understanding that we're growing to 200, 300, 400. We're boosting posts. We're posting.
That's what you're supposed to do right there.
Yeah. So we're there.
Yeah, and that's another thing. Like understanding like where you're at. If you ain't got, if you're not bringing like, let's say you got 5-10 people in every Friday, like, you got to know how if you're growing or not. You know what I mean? The number. What's the number? Yep. What's the average last 3 months? Okay, the last 3 months we've averaged, 150 people a night. Okay, we got to figure out how to get to 100. Yeah. And once you get to 100, we got to figure out how to get to 200.
There can't be no complacency, man. You can't be complacent. Yeah. Yeah. You can't, we got 50 people, cool, whatever. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want the bare minimum. I don't want getting by. I want great. I expect greatness. I want great.
And that's what's crazy. Like, like when I'm getting on my health, getting on my eating well, and then with the whole practicing so much, you know what I'm saying? Like once you get into that to that pocket and that lane of trying to be your best and doing your best possible, you realize that you don't want to be around any slouches.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to be around. That shit might rub off on me.
It'll bring you down.
I don't want none of
It'll
that
drag
energy.
you down, man.
No, for real.
Yeah. It'll
for
drag
real.
you down,
You
man.
want people who are operating at a high level as well.
Yeah.
Because that's how we only gonna get somewhere.
Yep. Gotta push,
Because I
man.
ain't gonna carry you all on my back like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta carry your own weight.
Oh man, what? You've been quiet again. Again, I don't really appreciate
chilling.
this. Yeah, she's just chilling. Like it might as well just be me and Ilflo right here. So you need to get involved. Hey, what questions do you have for Ilflo or for me on the DJ game, on the business, on different aspects?
Okay, my question is like, how do you guys, like when you guys are doing a wedding, how do you guys like cope with, you don't have a good dancing crowd?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. So all you could do is just keep trying. All you could do is keep trying, and when you ain't got them, keep trying. Keep trying to figure out where they're at. You know, sometimes you might not. You're right. You might not get a crowd that just ain't into dancing.
Yeah.
You might get an elderly couple wedding where these people are elderly and all their people are elderly.
They want to hear Sinatra.
And they just want to chill.
Yeah.
You know, or they might be dancing, you just can't tell because they're dancing in their seat.
Uh-huh.
You know, because they're OGs and they're like, you know.
You got to watch body movement. You
Yeah.
got to watch facial expressions. You got to watch people engaging. For me, yeah, there's a whole lot to it. And that's my consolation prize, if you will. First and foremost, I want the fucking dance floor. I want the dance floor. I want 20 at least on the dance floor, minimum. And I don't want to have to require a line dance to get that, right? I want organic. I want music.
Energy.
I want, because anybody can throw a fucking line dance
Yeah, I
on,
feel you on that.
get that shit out there and then snap a picture, right?
Right.
But your other 4 hours of that event was dead as hell,
Yeah.
right? That
Yeah.
You know, like what facade are we putting up behind
Right.
the DJ facade, right? Yeah, for me, it's definitely that. And the consolation prize for me is seeing people smiling, seeing people happy, seeing people tap their feet, trying to find anything that says, hey, they love the music. They just aren't dancers. We've also had a dry wedding. And that's a challenge.
No way.
Yeah, that's a challenge.
I think I've ever had. I think I had a wedding where it was like, it wasn't dry, but it wasn't like open bar. It was like, all right, we got the bar open. Who want to buy?
Yeah.
And people weren't getting drunk.
Yeah. We had a dry wedding and surprisingly we rocked it.
That's what's up.
Surprisingly.
That's cool, man.
And that kind of validates you, right? I don't require alcohol to get people to have a good time. I can get on the mic. I
You
can
know
play
who
some
don't need
jams.
alcohol to have a good time? Teenagers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Bro, I did a Sweet 16 last year. I'll never forget it, man. Them kids wild out. And it started raining and it started hailing and they jumped in the pool.
In the pool.
In the pool, they were wilding out. They were
Splish splashing.
And
They
Man.
made you feel like a kid again.
man, they just made me feel like, you know, because and I love that crate that they gave me too, because like the crate validated me as to knowing my stuff.
Yeah.
Because like everything that they had, and they're like, I got it. It's all good.
Uh-huh.
Like I know their music.
Yeah. You mentioned that. I'm going to ask you, man, how do you personally feel about requests?
I love them.
I do too. And I see so much hate, social media, whatever, about requests are $20 and this and that and that and this. And it's like, look, man, for me, I take it as they are helping me. They're helping me. At least I know that this person's going to enjoy that song. And as long as it doesn't stray too far away, you know, I'm playing some hip hop and then now they want some death metal or something. I'm not playing that shit, right? I haven't been to a death metal party or wedding or anything else. And I don't even think I have a crate for that shit, man. I would have to try to stream everything over Tidal or something real on the go, man.
I got a heavy metal crate with intros on those songs.
Do you really?
Like all intros.
Oh, man.
On these heavy metal crates.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. So I like requests personally. It gives me an idea of where they might be.
Yeah. And you learn stuff too. Like, you know,
You
there'll be
learn new music.
Oh, for sure. Like, you know, and then you be like, damn, you want that one? Like, fuck, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if this gonna work.
Struggle with it. You're like, do I do it? Do I not do it? Do I do it?
Like, yeah. And you just got to realize that you're if you're being paid to be there, right? If you're someone invited you to their house or their wedding, you know, and you just got to know where you're at and know that you're providing a service, and people are not there to see you and what you play.
Correct.
But you also have that one cousin or whatever that's super odd, or maybe not to them being odd, but they request a song that you just know
it's gonna bomb.
Yeah,
play it. And the reason why I say play it is because you're gonna make that person's day.
Yes, exactly.
That one person, like, you know what I mean? I sometimes, you know, there might be some stuff you might have to turn away, and it might be a bum. But then, you know, if you're being hired and they say, you know, if my people come and ask for a request, if it's cool, then just, I guess I try to play him right away. Yeah. I try to play him right away.
Get him out the way.
Get him out the way. But if it's a good one and I know it's going to, I'm like, ooh, this one right here is going to fit over here. And I'm heading there.
It's in the prepare crate.
Just give me a little bit. I'm going to get there. You know?
I got it queued up. It's in prepare. I'm ready. Yeah. Once I get up those 15 BPMs where I need to be, I'm dropping that motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, you learn stuff too. You know, learn. You know, I learned a lot from requests. Yeah, I've learned a lot of music from requests. Like, ooh, slide that one into the crate because that one was a banger.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love learning new music from people. And look, man, like you said, the appreciation that you get from somebody that they were quote unquote important enough for you to play their song for them. It means the world to some people, man. Like, why not make somebody feel good? If you can make it fit in, why not?
Why not
make somebody's day?
Why not?
And that person's day that you're making might make 5 other people's day out there too.
Absolutely. Because there's times when you're gonna be there will be a time where you're not gonna take requests. You know. There's going to be times where you're somewhere and you're rocking this type of party. Like, for instance, one time I did shout out to the homie Cheeto. I did Cheeto's Rectified, right? And Cheeto's Rectified is all vinyl.
That's at the Mint, right?
At the Mint. Yep. All vinyl party. It's all vinyl. If you're a DJ and you get invited there, he's going to ask you to play vinyl. And I went up in there with a 45 set, and this chick was like asking for Bad Bunny. Right, obviously,
you got Bad Bunny on vinyl.
Right, I don't, but you know, Cheeto does. Oh, but Cheeto is crazy, bro. He's current. Like, you be like, you got any Taylor Swift? Yeah, coming right up, like on vinyl.
Pulls it right
up. Like, he is current on his vinyl. Right. Yeah, that's what he do. But I was like, I'm not playing no Bad Bunny tonight. It's vinyl night, yada yada yada. And she grabbed my crate of freaking 45s and started digging through them. It was crazy. Dose caught the little video and it went viral online. Matter of fact, Wrote Podcast reposted it. Like,
oh really?
Yeah, it was crazy. Yeah. But like, there's gonna be times where you're getting invited to be the selector. All right. You know, and this is your set. You know,
people are here for you.
You've been invited to come do you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, these people may not be here for you, but this is a jam session, and like, you don't gotta take no requests. We just want you to get off. So there'll be moments like that where those moments are the funs, you know, because you get to display your style, you know, your selection and what you think is dope. You know,
get to be you.
You get to be you, and that's where you know those are the funnest. Those are the ones. Those are the ones. Those are the gigs, bro. Those they don't play that much. I ain't gonna lie, they don't. But when you love this music shit and you love the turntable shit or this DJ shit, whatever it is that you do, you know, those are the fun gigs. You know, I would rather just rock out with 4 homies and all of us take turns. You know,
I'm gonna hit you on Cheeto right now. I've been messaging him over the last couple weeks. We've been liking each other's shit here and there, whatever. He's been cool, man. He's been cool, supportive, and I'll detract from what I'm about to say right now. I have gotten more love from OG DJs. OG, the vinyl guys. You know, a lot of love from a lot of people that have been doing this shit a very long time and doing it on vinyl or whatever else. as opposed to the controller DJs, you know, some of the newer DJs, not a whole lot of love a lot of times, man. But for some reason, the old heads, man, they're cool. They're cool as fuck. So I've been talking to Cheeto, man, and I was like, hey, man, I really like your digital art, man.
Oh, you like how he puts up? Yeah, that shit is dope.
All them projectors, man.
Yeah, projectors. Yeah, that shit is ill.
So I've been talking to him, and I want to get involved in it eventually myself for my gigs, my sets.
You talking about a projection?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah.
Me too, man. He inspired me too, man. Like, being that I do a lot of streaming, I do a lot of visuals too. But I've never had it to where like I don't got it to where I got like, for instance, there's another homie out there is a DJ, and he anywhere he goes, like he does big, like a little bit more bigger production, right?
Okay.
He does the trussing and everything, right? Yeah. But he always busts out TVs, and he likes to DJ videos, you know. So he has his trussing. He'll put 2 TVs up, and then he'll stream his videos to that. So you know, and then you got Cheeto over here. He's busting out, doing the same thing, except for he's
it's just
projecting.
graphics.
He's projecting.
Yeah, digital graphics.
That's all he's doing is doing projection. Yeah, digital graphics.
Yeah.
And but it's the same concept. But what was cool about it is that with Tito, he understood the wireless part. So he figured out a way to like wirelessly send signal from this part for his thing all the way to everything.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I thought that was cool. And I'm trying to get my streaming in real life.
Yeah.
So instead of me just doing it at the house, I was doing, when I would do at 1933, I would bam, hit all the screen, and I would make it look crazy.
Yeah.
And the same thing with a couple of other venues, you know what I mean? And when you could do that, it sets you apart, makes you look a little bit more professional. I would do it at Elements, you know, he got TVs everywhere and big old screens. So
that's manual, right?
Yep.
All right.
And you know, you could hook up with your HDMI cord, but I thought it was cool how Cheeto could do it wirelessly, so he could virtually do it from any corner of the room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, you ill for that one. But it's just a couple little pieces, you know, and just learning the game. So yeah,
he's been cool as hell, man. He said he was gonna help me out with it. He said to come down, check it out, do everything
cool
else,
shit,
man.
bro. If you ain't checked out Rectify, go check out Rectify, man. Rectify is dope, man. Like in that little patio in the back, bro.
Of the Mint, yeah.
You can cheat back there. You can just grab a few beers. Man, a lot of times I'll be gigged up, and I'll be coming home from a gig, and I'll just pop in and just burn one, and you know, and listen to these fools. And Orange DJ. Okay, so it's fucking Cheeto and Orange, and then the homie Estas Bien has been popping up lately.
Okay,
but Orange gets down too.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm not like the type of music that he plays. Like I'm not very like knowledgeable and know it very much, and it's not something that I listen to. I ain't gonna lie, but I can tell how dope he is from his
style. His style.
He's playing all this stuff on vinyl, and it's some crazy like remixes and stuff that you ain't never heard before. And it's just like, yo, he got a big ass beard like you too, bro. He got a big old beard like you, bro. He's cool people too, man. I love Orange and Cheeto, bro. They're both cool ass people, man. Like it's been love ever since I met them guys. So that's one party in Bakersfield that I love, because you go down there, bro, and Cheeto's playing everything, and he's always gonna have like a guest, so you never know what the guest is gonna play. And then you know, you got Stas Bien popping up now, and then you know, Orange is always coming correct with what he got, you know, and you might hear some like some jungle or some drum and bass from Orange, but then he might go into some raw underground hip hop, like super raw, so like real underground. So like, yeah, man, it's cool, man. Then you got the visuals, and just, you know, that little back patio gets packed out, so it's a little vibe. It's a vibe. So I don't like to be out too much, but I definitely pop in on Fridays and kick it for a good hour.
Are they there every Friday?
No, it's the third Friday of every month.
Third Friday of every month.
So it might be coming up this Friday, matter of fact.
Yeah, we'll block that off. Head over there.
Check it out.
Oh, next Friday.
Next Friday.
Not this Friday, next Friday.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Next Friday is going to be a cool one though too. I just saw the flyer. It's going to be so they're not doing vinyl this next Friday, but it's Richard Duvall's birthday.
I've seen that Duvall project, right?
Well, yeah, he's part of it, but he's also a DJ.
Okay.
Yeah. And they play a lot of house music, so it's Richard Duvall and Josex. Josex, they got a whole, like, their crew is the Basement.
Okay.
And the Basement is like Josex, you know, Richard Duvall, Cheeto, Orange. I'm sure he got somebody else with them. And they're doing that for Richard's birthday. So they're probably going to bust out the CDJs and go crazy.
I think I put interested on it. I think I seen the event and I think I marked myself interested. And I think Cheeto invites me all the time, right? He's like, hey, man, just in case you want to come out. Yeah.
Come through.
Yeah, he's been cool.
People, man.
He's been cool. But that's the difference, man, is some of these old heads, some of these older DJs, some of the aficionados or the people that do it for the love of the music.
Yeah.
You can definitely tell the difference between people who are doing it for money.
Clout.
Strictly money, clout, social media, I want to be popular, whatever else.
For sure.
And then the other group that does it for the love of the music and for the art and everything else.
Absolutely.
And for me, I'm on that other end, right? Again, not to judge anybody else who, I don't know anybody else's life. I don't know anybody else's money situations. But my belief in life, in everything that I do, is money comes as a byproduct. If I love what I'm doing,
it's going to come.
If I'm passionate, if I work hard at it'll come.
It's going to come.
It'll come on its own.
It's going to come.
That's why I don't sweat things, man. Like I always try to look at the vision a year down the road, 3 years down the road. Look, man, we get 400 people into Havana Night. Those 400 people, they're going to remember Gordy B. They're going to remember, Illflow. They're going to remember whoever it is. And who do you think they're going to hit up when they have an event?
For sure. And that's another thing, like how you were talking about, man, I don't like DJing in front of zero crowds. And I hear you, no one does, bro. But like, those, you never know who's in that crowd, even if one person pulls up. Because that, like, I'm trying to tell you, like, I was in a bar and nobody was in there.
Yeah.
One guy walked in there and I still work with that guy to this day. And that's part of the reason why I DJ on the Central Coast so much. Shout out my boy Tim, Modern Symphony. It's because he walked in, he saw me getting down, and I was just in there having fun by myself.
Yeah.
And now we got a about 5-year business working relationship.
Yeah.
I'm doing 3-4 gigs a month with him sometimes. You know what I mean? And booking me a year out in advance. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We got a really good working relationship. He throws me lobs all the time, brings me out all the time. I appreciate him. He appreciates what I do for the company.
Yep.
And we just keep working.
It's a mutual.
And it just took one person walking in.
Yeah.
So learning from Dose's approach. I should let him tell it, but I don't know if it's really. I don't know if it's his approach, but what I peeped is that slow motion is gonna come around. So. Slow motion is better than no motion, but when you ain't got no motion, you get out there and you get out there, and you make it happen. So like, he'll just go out there and go bop around and go perform wherever, and then someone will be like, "Yo, you're dope," and then he'll get a gig. Yeah, he does that shit all the time, and he just goes and showcases himself. That's it. Yeah. You know what I mean? He pulls up. Where's the jam at? Who's over here? Okay, you jamming over here? I'm gonna pull up on you, and you might just he just pulling up, showing love, and you might be like, "Yo, hop on!" Be like, "All right,
hell yeah!"
And he hops on. Yeah. Well, I remember one time, I was DJing at what was I? I was DJing at Manuel G's for a Sunday Cowboy games. Yeah, cracking. And I was like, "Yo, Dose, come through." And he came through, and I was like, "Yo, close it out for me. You want to jump on?" Like, cause it's cracking in there. There's hella people in there. He's like, "Hell yeah!" I was like, "All right, bet, come on." And man, I was like, "Man, it's cool." He's like, "Yeah, tell him jump on." I'm like, "All right, bet." Yeah. So he gets on, he starts to rocking, and he's rocking the walkout because you got the walk in, and then DJ in between, commercials, a little bit of halftime, and then the walkout. Yeah. We'll jam and keep partying until everybody leaves. Yeah. And I was like, "Go ahead and jam the walkout." He's like, "All right, bet." And so as he's DJing, sure enough, some people come up to him and they're like, Manuel G's a DJ too. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And he still got a lot of DJ business, and people come book with him all the time and he hands them out or he'll do them, whatever, So, and we're at Manuel G's business. So they come up to him, they coming up to Dose, asking him for his business card, and he's all being creepy, like
slipping out
discreetly, bam, he had his card out, and and then he go Manuel G's like, hey, Dose, he's all like, I'm gonna need half of that, right? I want my cut. Booking gigs in my place, bro. What's wrong with you? It was all love. He was just messing around. But yeah,
of course,
stepping outside and just, bopping around. That's another way of like, jumping in front of the crowd and somebody seeing you and then leading to bigger gigs and bigger crowds, you know what I mean? Or just pulling up to, showing love to other DJs. That boy might need a bathroom break.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He'd be like, yeah, jump on, play 3 records, 4 records. You know what I mean? Like, all right, bet. And that opens up a relationship. And, a lot of the times they'd be like, how do I get in here? How do I get in here? And they pull up to the venue, you try to holler at. The main way you get into a spot is through the other DJ, bro.
Yeah.
That's how you get in.
Yeah.
The other DJ is gonna be, if you're cool with the other DJ and you got rapport with him, he gonna rock with you, and then he'll bring you on, and when he brings you on, he'll introduce you to the owner, and then after that, now you're trusted.
Yeah.
And they see that you can get down. Now they know you. He said it was cool, so he's not breaking the business relationship with his main DJ, so he can fuck with you now.
Yep.
You're on the side, and it's all love now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everybody's cool.
Yeah.
That's how you get in. You don't get in by just trying to jump in, go knock on the door, and holler at the manager. I mean, you can, and you might be able to get in that way.
You might
but
get
it's
one or
harder.
two, yeah.
It's harder.
Yeah.
Establishing rapport and networking with people.
And see, I'm always respectful, man. Like, I'm not trying to jump on anybody's turf, right? I'm not trying to invade on anybody's. I'm not trying to take anybody's business, anything else. If I go in there, it's with the purest of intentions.
Bingo.
I just want to listen to your set, show you some love,
and that's
show
it.
up, and leave, right?
Absolutely.
I'm not looking to do a guest set. I'm not looking to drop anything. I'm not looking for anything like that. And I think what you said, that's the right way to go about it, is through the resident DJ who is there.
But if you don't show up does it look like you're hating if you don't pull up to the event? Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
But if you intentionally are just jumping out and going and showing love and checking out DJs just to learn and just genuinely showing love, like, you gotta do it now, because once you get booked, you ain't gonna be able to do it because you're booked.
Yeah.
Once you start getting booked, you ain't got time to be pulling up to everybody's gig or showing love because you're gigging.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're gigging. You're just like, bro, I just got done doing this gig. It's about 1 o'clock or 12 o'clock. I still got all this equipment in the ride. I'm not trying to pull over to your spot right now, go check you out and have my shit out there. Plus, I'm tired.
Yeah. Hey, but this last weekend I tried to, my dude.
Did you?
Remember? Hey, I was over there on Fairfax and Brundage at the Grange Hall or whatever. I was doing
Grange Hall? Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Okay. I know.
It's a
I know what you're talking about.
corner to 7-Eleven.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Grimy OG shit.
Oh, man. Weird shit, man. It was old. I hadn't been there, man. My dad got married there, his third marriage, I think. And I hate to say that, it sounds bad. Pops got married 3 or 4 times, right? But I hadn't been there since my dad had got married the last time that he got married before he passed away. And so it was a little, little sentimental or whatnot. But I wrapped up in it. That was a Mexican baby shower, man. That was cumbias and banda and corridos, and that. Maybe towards the end of the night for the younger kids, we started. I started playing some Megan Thee Stallion for the girls and shit.
Sexy Red.
Oh my God, man! There's some of that.
I'm knowing, bro. You ain't gotta tell me. I already know.
So as I was leaving, I texted Ilflo and I was like, "Hey, man, I know you're over there. I know you're mixing and everything else. I know you don't have your fucking phone on you. I'm wearing this basically, shorts and a t-shirt, because it's hot as hell. And that Grange building was hot as hell too. I was in there sweating like I won't even say, man, but I was sweating. So I hit you up and I hit Jackie up and I was like, hey, you think is it cool if I swing by? I'm in shorts, right? I just want to swing by, say hi, show some support. And I didn't hear back from either one of you for a little while, right? And I got home and I was like, hey, man, I'm already home. It's cool, man. But I was going to stop by and say, what's up, man? And it was 12 o'clock. It was,
Oh, man, you should pull up.
Yeah.
It's been crazy over the last few times I've been there, man. It's been, it's pretty busy, man. It's a busy night. And I think if the DJ can keep them there, like I feel like in the beginning it starts off slow, but then it'll pick up. But if it's not jamming, I feel like they'll dip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like
On to the next one.
They're trying to find out where it's cracking. Yeah, like, you know, and that's the young mentality of, like, you know, we're going to step out and we're going to go where it's cracking. Yeah. And, like, and if it ain't cracking up in there, you know, and that spot right there is like, it's like 50-50. You know, it's 50-50 young, 50-50 OGs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's hit or miss, but it was cracking these last couple weekends I've been there, man.
So one of the things I've thought about, wondered, noticed is location, right? Downtown seems pretty easy.
I don't say that, bro, because
that's where the crowd is, right? That's where everybody's mingling between the 3 or 4 places to go jump between.
I don't know, bro. I mean, because you gotta think, you know, the Mint was right there, and Riley's been there for years, right? They got that little triangle effect, right? And then they shut down, Syndicate. So
turned into Roosters or whatever.
Right. So there's no hip hop going on. Yeah. Right. So the only spot they really had was there was this Mexican spot right there in between. It was La Mina or La something. Okay. And now and they were trying to get that popping, bro, and they couldn't get it popping. But they, you know, had a guy up in there that was doing like Latins and hip hop, but it just wasn't, you know, it wasn't translating.
I just feel like when you talk about the Hideout, you talk about 1933. You actually have to make a plan to go to that place. That has to be in the plan, right? That it's out of the way. Area. Yeah, if you're in
because if you think in Rosedale, like, you know, like what spots do you got? Yep. You know, I'm not a nightlife guy like that. I pay attention to it, what's in my, you know, immediate vicinity. But like, I know there's got to be like 2 more spots. There's like 2 more like Latin spots, huh? They're like restaurants.
Well, what's this one right
El
over
Portal?
here?
Is it El Portal? El Portal?
Ritmo is right here. Nuestro is right down the street from Ritmo. So there's a bunch
of little spots there. But it's all Latin based, huh?
It's all reggaeton, Latin. It's regulators crowd, if you will, right? It's the Monopoly. They're all trying to... Monopoly has it, man. I'm going to give it to Monopoly. They have it figured out. They have their market. They have, like we were talking about, they have their demographic. They know exactly who they are, what they're doing, what they're offering, and they are honed in on it. Regulator. Who's the other DJ that goes over there? He does pretty big shit too, man. He has all the truss and everything.
Oh, Technique.
Yeah, Technique. Mm-hmm. Yeah, him and Regulator, I think, are kind of
tag teaming it.
Yeah,
nice.
And then I think they're up Farmerville or Porterville or something up there. They're up there too, doing a club up there, man.
Dope.
Same kind of Monopoly theme, all of it, man. Yeah. All right, hey, man, we're minute 12 in. Queen, what are your closing thoughts? I'm gonna put you on the spot. What are your closing thoughts? Oh yeah. Okay, thanks for having me. We're good. Bye.
Thanks for having me. We're good. Bye. No, it was good. Everything was good. It was knowledgeable. Learned a lot.
How do you feel about some of it?
It's a little all over the place. Yeah. DJs are a little bit all over the place.
For sure.
I mean, they need to learn to be more supportive.
Yeah.
More supportive. I mean, there's enough for everybody.
Absolutely.
There's enough for everybody.
I support everybody. I share everybody's shit.
I don't.
Everybody's story. Nah.
I don't.
Nah, I'm more of like a, I'm coming into this point where it's like I just want to be my natural self. Yeah. So and I noticed that about other people too. Like you could tell, when somebody like, you could tell, even with me, like you could tell, like, and it's just natural, like, or like when the artist plays me their music, you know what I mean, and it's not good. Yeah. It's not like good to where you like it. Yeah. It's like, oh man, it's dope, bro. It's dope, bro, for sure. I see you doing your thing. But then, someone, he plays you something that's slapping, you're like, yeah. Your reaction is just different. Yeah. And I want to keep that natural reaction.
Authentic, genuine.
Bingo. Yeah. I want to keep my authenticity, bro. Yeah. I don't want to fucking be liking your shit just because we're friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I that's my, like, if that's my choice.
You got to keep something for yourself.
Yeah, I gotta, you know, I get to choose who's in my circle.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't get to choose who's in my circle. I get to choose I get to choose what I want to share.
Yeah.
It's my channel.
Yeah, it's my page, my channel,
like,
everything.
Don't be mad when I'm not making it your channel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I will support your stuff when I like stuff.
Yeah.
And it's natural. You know, if I see, you know what I mean, if I want to support it, or if I got time, you know what I mean? Like, if you got an event going on, like, if I can pull up, I'll pull up. You know what I mean? I'll show some love, but I got stuff going on too.
Yeah,
you know what
absolutely.
I'm saying? And I don't get mad when people don't show up. You know what I mean? I understand. Like, everybody got life be lifing. But this last weekend, right?
That's the other words of wisdom he always uses. Life be lifing.
Oh, life be life. Yeah, I got that from Babu.
All right.
Babu told us that in class. You know, like, man, life be life, and we understand because they constantly have events every weekend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like, I'm way over here in Bakersfield, so hopping on that freeway every weekend,
It's not always.
it's not ideal.
Yeah.
So when I can. And I went this last weekend. You know what I mean? And I got to link up with a bunch of my peoples, and it was dope to re-link back up with them because we miss each other.
Yeah.
So how could I miss you if I'm here every weekend?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How can I miss you? So one of my homegirls was like, yo, I got a gig next week. And I'm like, I'm pulling up, ma. I'm pulling up because every time, and then there goes into that. There's that too. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that are more, let's just keep it real. There's people that are more special in your life than the other people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? If so-and-so asks you, like, I don't know, I might show up, bro. I'll let you know. You know what I mean? They're not that special in your life. Maybe they might be your friend, but they ain't special. Like, but they're your partner. You're like, you're my dog, man. Hold me down. Like, he asks you, like, I gotta pull up,
I have
right?
to, yeah.
So, as much as we want to, we can't show up for everything.
No.
And we can't show, so you try to, like, pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? Like, my homegirl howled down for me a lot when I was going through it, and she always shows up for me. So I'm making it a point to reciprocate that energy.
Give
and
back
that's what
energy.
I try to do, man. I just try to reciprocate energy if I can, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you don't want them to be successful,
Bingo.
right?
Right. Just because I'm not, like, resharing your shit or I'm not popping up to your shit doesn't mean I'm hating or I wish bad on you.
Yeah.
No, I just got my own thing going too.
Yeah, we don't have time.
No.
We don't have time to hate on people, to do any of this. Hey, we're busy. We're busy. There's no hate. There's 16-hour days. There's 18-hour days. We're planning. We're life be life, and we're dealing with real life personal stuff as well. In between those 18-hour work days, we're doing the best we can. But
I wish I could show up every time. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could be there.
Yeah. All right, ill flow, man. Closing thoughts, my dude.
Shit, man. Stay in the gym.
Yeah, keep working.
Yeah, keep
Practice.
working. Keep working.
It's that Kobe mentality, man. That Mamba mentality. He was showing up at the gym at 3 a.m. before practice started at 5 a.m. He did his 3 a.m. gig, did his 5 a.m., went home, ate breakfast, did whatever, went back to practice again at 12 o'clock, went home, went back to practice at 3 o'clock, went home, went and did his own end workout without nobody at the end, right? And he talks about how that compounds, right?
Compound interest.
Yeah, compound interest. Same thing as
How bad do you want it?
Yeah, bad as you want to breathe. Yeah,
some people want it bad, worse than want it bad than others.
Yeah,
that it's you become obsessed, and when you become that level of obsessed, that's how you get to the Kobe Bryant great. That's how you become Mayweather great. Because nothing else matters. Yeah. And I saw that I was that guy who was like, because before I was DJing, I was the DJ, I was the MC, I was the producer, I was doing the graphics, I was audio engineering, I was freaking marketing promoting, I was pressing up the t-shirts, I bought me a t-shirt press. I was doing everything, trying to learn everything, but then I saw that interview where Mayweather was getting heckled by some sports announcer, and he was like, look, bro, I can't even take you seriously. He's like, why not? He's like, because you're a man of many hats, bro. You're like, what do you mean? He's like, man, you be reporting on basketball,
football, baseball, golf, tennis,
well,
everything.
How you gonna talk to me about boxing, bro? Like, I am a master at boxing. You're a master of none, and a man of many hats,
jack of all trades, master
of none. Yeah. And I was like, Ever since then, I chose DJing. Hey, and I'm not even doing anything else. Like,
it's the Bruce Lee mentality, man. Practice one kick 1,000 times, not 1,000 kicks one time. Measure 9 times, cut once. A lot of wisdom there, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Man, I guess I would say my closing thoughts is the DJ community, especially here in town, has got to come together, right? Like there's got to get all this silliness, all this high school drama, all this other stuff. Understand that we're all doing the same thing. Understand that we have love for the music. Understand that we're all in different phases of our lives, and we're all at different places in our lives where, hey, we may have to take a $200 gig, right?
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I don't know your money situation, and I have more respect for you taking a $200 gig to support your family than I do worried about you undercutting somebody or anything else. And you know, those people are just not your people, then, right? You know, some people drive Hyundais, some people drive Ferraris, right? I don't hate the Hyundai owner, I don't hate the Ferrari owner. You know, it's a personal preference, and they're not for everybody, right? We're all going to have our different demographics, right? And I just want everybody to chill, you know, support, you know, love each other, take care of each other, and get rid of the silliness, man. The silliness is just, man, I'm 44 years old, man. I don't, you know, this.
I hear you.
This drama and hidden beef and all this other stuff, man. It's real immature. It's real little kid-like, man.
Yeah, I hear you.
And again, man, we're all at different places. I don't hate the guy that takes 200. I don't hate the guy that takes 500. I do it out of passion, out of love, out of of course we have to make some money, right? Like you said, we spent $2,000 on a laptop. We spent another $3,000 or $4,000 on turntables, controllers, mixers, speakers, man. Like, hey, we're not even talking about fucking speakers, man. And then here's, you know what? I'm gonna close out. I'll close out on this, man. I don't care if you have QSCs. I don't care if you have Altos. I don't care if you have Mackies. And you know what?
Rev 1.
Yeah, my old Rev 1 is sitting over there somewhere. It's right here, man. A little black case right there. It's my Rev 1. I love that little thing, man. I loved it, man. Johnny and Marcy are the ones that told me to get that one, man. Yeah. I was looking at my very first, I was looking at like Hercules or something, like their real budget 200 or something. And they're like, don't do it. Don't do it. And look, I even say you could jump on a Hercules 200 and do just fine too, right? You could jump on the little Starlight, the little mini controller. You could DJ on an iPad. You can, you know, and that's one of the posts that I did recently, right? Is the DJ isn't defined by the equipment. Equipment is defined by the DJ. Like, I'm confident that you can get on a Starlight controller and do better than.
Man, you should have seen what I had before, man. Yeah. Shoot, I was busted and disgusted. Yeah. Throwing little backyard jams and trying to get everybody to come over, and they all came too. Yeah. They all came and got all my little, you know. Yeah. But yeah.
And a lot of these listeners, man, a lot of the people you're playing for, they don't know DJing, right? Like we were talking, they don't know transitions, they don't know beat matching, they don't know effects, they don't know, you know, BPMs, and you know, people come up to you with a request. And you're in the 110s and it's a 80, right? Like, okay, well, I'm going to have to, you know, go back down. I'm going to have to transition out. I'm going to have to fade out, echo down, whatever it may, reverb, whatever it may be to make that transition and to do it. And a lot of times they don't even care, man. They want to hear the song. They want to hear the song. They don't care how magic you are on the turntables, everything else, man.
They don't.
Until you go to Rectify, right? Until you go to, you know, some of these, I would call them connoisseur events, right?
Yeah.
Where it's DJing. It's all about DJing. It's not about the venue. It's not about the bar. It's not about the crowd. I don't care what you want to listen to. This is my set, you know, and you're going to get an education today.
Absolutely.
I'm going to introduce you to some new shit. You're going to listen to some old shit. You're going to hear some shit you don't like, right? That's where I'm at with all of it, man.
Yes, sir.
And I love this podcast. I love you coming out, showing love and support,
bro.
man.
Dope, bro. Dope that you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Putting this together, man.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're at about an hour and a half, man. So we're gonna wrap it up. Woo, it's a long one today, brother.
It was good.
Hate, jealousy, animosity, insecurity, all the things that we DJs have to deal with either ourselves, psychology, or other DJs. Yeah. So, hey, love y'all. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch you on the next one.